I've been asked a lot about my inventory storage system, and in the past I've been kind of reluctant to show you guys because truth be told, it doesn't exactly look like everybody else's.
You can't handle the truth!
But it's a system that has rarely ever failed me, and when it has, it's because of my error. So if you've tried all of the systems and the spreadsheets, the SKUs, the barcodes, the labels, only to end up in a pile of chaos worse than where you started, this video and this inventory solution may be for you. Alrighty. My husband is sawing away and drilling, and he has the bathroom ripped down to the studs, you guys. It is so loud in my house right now. So instead of filming this video in there, I'm gonna film it in here. We're gonna take a walk around in the woods today, and I will tell you guys how I store my inventory. So what is the #1 mistake that most resellers are making when they're searching for or implementing a new inventory storage system? Thinking that one size fits all. I think for too long I looked at my business and like finding new strategies that would work for me through the lens of other resellers, especially like my favorite YouTube resellers, and what worked for their business and for their strategy, and that wasn't necessarily the best idea. I run an eBay store of about 1,500 listed items that covers dozens of categories. Can you imagine if I listened only to the advice of, say, a reseller that only sold in one category, or someone that's had 50,000 active listings and had even more categories than I do? I feel like either approach really wouldn't work for my store. Even if I found a seller with a similar size store, that doesn't mean that me and the seller are similar enough that the same program or the same strategy would work for us. I could print the spreadsheets and create the custom SKUs and make fancy labels for my bins, and at the end of the day, like, I'm still not that seller. My husband and I are remodeling our bathroom right now, and we considered some open shelving, and I was like, you know what, as pretty as that would be, getting that open shelving isn't gonna turn me into that person. Like, this new bathroom isn't gonna magically make me that person with perfectly rolled towels, right? So I'd rather a solution that's gonna work for me in the long run and not drive me crazy. And that's exactly what I wanna show you guys about my inventory storage solution. Because I'm a creative, I'm not a type A person. I'm just never going to be that type A person. While I really like being organized, I look at things in a different way. Recognizing that is what helped me stop fighting myself for not using the same inventory systems as all my favorite resellers, and instead find a system that worked for me. With all that being said, the system that I'm going to show you today is the system that works for me. It may or may not work for you. More than offering you the solution of my system and this being the only right way, I want to offer you the thought that you can create your own system and do what works for you in your business. Seems a little wild and crazy to be showing you guys an inventory organization video when I'm in the middle of this death pile clean out, but table's clean. This is all listed, so things are looking up, okay? We're gonna talk about what is right in this room, and that is this inventory storage. I'm telling you. First of all, these shelves. These came from Sam's Club, used someone else's membership because I'm not a Sam's Club member. These shelves will hold like a ton, like a literal ton. I think something like 1,500 pounds per shelf. And when my husband put these together, it took, I don't know, half an hour or less to put these together. And then he laid on each one of these shelves. These hold a massive amount of weight. And then on these shelves, I just have, guys, these totes. These are the Stairlight ones. These came from Walmart, like $5.67, less than $7 a bin. I'm confident to say that. Do they have to match? Absolutely not. I'm just like extra and trying to be bougie like that. And so all of these match, and it's pretty when I walk in. They don't have to match. It took a while before I bought all of the matching ones, but you'll see that these aren't like A7 and G5 or anything like that. These are organized by category. Women's shirts, toys, men's shirts. This is the inventory system that works for me. This may not work for you. You may lose your mind seeing that I have all of my men's shirts in this one and this one, and then there's another shelf like this in the laundry room and it has some men's shirts. Knowing that I have all of my dresses here and here may drive you crazy. This works for me, and I want to show you guys how I store my items inside of these totes. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and pull these shoes out here. All of the shoes are along the bottom because those are super, super heavy. It's not that the shelves can't hold it, it's that I don't want to have to lift it and take it down. So the shoes are all at the bottom. We're just gonna go ahead and pull the women's pants right up on top of this. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and open up this one that says women's pants. And inside, well, surprise, there's women's pants. This one is far from full. I use what is called a twist tie bag or a bread bag at some Walmarts. I'm gonna show you guys exactly what that is. This is what Walmart calls a twist tie bag. You get 100 of these and it's $3.97 here, so less than $4, and you get 100 of these little bags. They're just clear bags. I put all of my inventory inside of these, just like this. Okay, so here is the beauty of the system. I have these in here kind of like a filing cabinet almost, and there's a file of pants. I can basically take the top off here and look exactly for what I'm looking for. And like if you have the brand, you know, visible right there, I know if I'm looking for, say, a pair of Levi's, like, bam, they're right there. You know, your label is on the outside. But this isn't all you can fit in here. This is less than half full. I'll try to find another one that is a lot more full to show you, and it's probably gonna be like women's shirts. I know women's shirts is very, very full. But also the beauty of the system is I know that if both of my women's pants are stuffed to the gills, I need to like calm down on sourcing pants until I sell some of what I have. Or if these are running low and I can see that every day when I'm shipping my orders, I know, hey, I need to stock some more women's pants. Like, people are buying a lot of women's pants. It's a visual indicator of what's selling in my store. This is my women's tops tote. So the top is, you know, same type of like filing system where I can see exactly, but look guys, there is an entire second layer underneath here. And I'm operating with one hand here because I'm holding the camera, but I would not even take this entire layer off. If something sold, I would just simply take my arm, squeeze it back, look back here. I can see all of these items. If you absolutely had to take these off, then you just take them off, put them up here on the shelf. Doesn't take that long. And then I'm able to see the entire layer underneath. And guys, how many shirts do you think that I got in this one tote that they're still highly, highly visible? I'm gonna go ahead and count these so I can tell you how many shirts I was able to get with this system into this one tote. I have 38 shirts in here, and you can see there's still a little bit of space, but ideally I wouldn't have this one any more full than this because I like to have, you know, the ability to flip through everything. So currently there are 38 items in here. There are 16 totes housed on this shelf. 16 times 38, I've done the math, is 608 items. So the fact that you could have a 608 item store just in this shelf system, if you really wanted to, and if the inventory fit correctly, I mean, that's huge, guys. There are people trying to figure out how to have 200 items in one room. 608 items just on this one wall. I'm back. I forgot to tell you guys something else that's really, really important. Subscribe. But not every single thing files away as nice and neatly as those items did. For instance, toys. When you open this up, it's a bin full of toys, okay? So I know that if I sold a toy that's not an action figure or a stuffed animal, that it's in here because I have a separate spot for action figures and stuffed animals. Toys are in here though. I know without having to look, without having to report a SKU, without having to look up a SKU, I know that the toys are in here. Let me show you guys how I fit the maximum amount of shoes in these totes. Okay, this one is a really perfect example because it's not super, super neat and perfect looking, but these ones on top are just sitting here. Once you move these ones that are on top, everything, so the shoes are like doubled up and then shoved down this way. Look at this. So all of these shoes are, everything is quite nice and neat, but this isn't enough space to be able to put an entire second pair of shoes. So what I do is I just stack these on top of here. So until these shoes sell, they're gonna sit right here. And when I pull out another pair and I've created some room, those will go down in there. So I just have in the top of every bin here, there's like 2 or 3 pair that sit on top. Everything else is like toes down, standing upright, and it really, really maximizes the space, you guys. If I sell a book, it's on the shelf. These are all my books. Everything that's not a cookbook, because you know, we're not counting those 462 cookbooks. Those are stored elsewhere, and I will show you where. But all of my other books, they're right here. It's really not that hard to find a single one of them. And I had this little blank space, and I just listed this, so I went ahead and threw it up there as well. All of my handbags are right here. They used to hang on the wall over here before Drew put this other shelf up for me. So all of my handbags are right here. These are lotted up cookbooks here, and then also underneath there are lotted up cookbooks. All of my cassette tapes right here. I know that they're inside here. If a cassette tape sells, I don't have to look it up. I know they're right there. Every single rubber stamp I have is in here. All of my hair curlers and hair accessories are in here. This is nothing but silverware, flatware, knives, all of those types of like kitchen cutlery and utensils, they're inside here. This one is full of jewelry. Anything that's really large and breakable usually goes inside this filing cabinet or back here in some way, like cookie jars, things like that, tucked out of the way where I'm not going to break them. I still feel a little vulnerable in showing you guys my storage system because I can already hear the critics. Like, there's absolutely no way that anyone else could ship for you, and that's probably true. In any instance where I would need someone to ship for me, I would be incapacitated in some degree, and my husband, my only next to kin near me, had better be at the hospital with me and not doing my shipping. So it's not something I've ever concerned myself with because I can't imagine the situation where I would need someone to come in and do my shipping for me. I don't know any other resellers around here that would even be able to figure out where a padded flat rate envelope is, let alone where inventory SKU G7 is. The idea of someone else shipping for me is not a concern for my business, but if it is for yours, I could see how this probably wouldn't work for you. Are y'all ready for this? All of these drawers sit underneath the table that I'm always listing on. Hats, nothing but hats. Some of them are already bagged and some of these were listed on a day when I ran out of bags. I should probably go back through and bag those, but these are all hats. I have more hats and some random miscellaneous in here. See, this is what I'm talking about, is the system doesn't fail unless I fail the system. These are honestly random items, and when it comes time to pack those up, I need to know where they're at. So a few of these items, you know, since I have been in such a mad dash listing lately, I need to go back through and ensure that everything is in its correct spot. Belts. All belts. Small electronics, including phones. Sewing patterns, scarves and ties, and then these are sewing patterns and then also like other sewing notions. So if it's a scarf, if it's a handkerchief, anything like that, like silk scarves, those are all in here. Every single action figure is right here. Interrupting this video to tell you guys thank you so much for 7,000 subscribers. Wow, that's phenomenal. If you're not one of the 7,000, it's not too late. Hit that subscribe button. Wow, thank you guys. 7,000? Really? Really? I gotta do a giveaway. And in here, guys, this is the laundry room. It's the same thing. And then Drew installed this little light here because we have an overhead light, but it's nowhere near this dark little corner of the room. So this is just a light that he put up, and he put the switch right here so I can turn this off and turn it back on and have light here. So we have one more tote of shoes. This one is swimsuits and lingerie, swimsuits and lingerie only. Okay, this one is linens, so tablecloths, pillowcases, even towels. If I listed like a vintage towel, all of that goes into here. I know where every single thing on this shelf is. Like, if an item sells, I know where to go for it. This is VHS tapes inside here. I have one tote that's just decorative wooden items. I have one tote that's just decorative metal items. You know how like at Hobby Lobby, wood will be on sale one week and then glass is on sale another week? They don't have to look up what item is on sale. You bring a wooden item up there, it's on sale on Wood Week, okay? So it just saves me so much time, in my opinion, because you have the time it takes to look up what bin is empty that I can put this in, okay? You have to enter the independent SKU, and when the item sells, you have to look up the SKU and then go find that item. So let's just say that that's an extra 10 seconds per listing. I have 1,500 listings. We're gonna do a little bit of math here, okay? So 1,500 listings times 10 extra seconds is 15,000 extra seconds. Let's divide that by 60 seconds in a minute. It's 250 extra minutes. By saving myself 10 seconds per listing, I'm saving myself over 4 hours in the long run. Over 4 hours over the duration of 1,500 listings. And I cycle through 1,500 listings. So if I can save myself any time at all and then also just intuitively know where to go to look for an item, I am all about it. So while that's not the most in-depth look at my inventory system, this is the gist of it. I organize by category. I don't waste any space in my office. I use totes. I use what it is that I have. All of those plastic drawers that were underneath the table, the ones that house the hats and the dishes and whatnot, I actually bought those at an auction. So don't think that you have to go spend $1 million on inventory solutions. The metal shelves were $150 at Sam's. The totes are $7, you know, or less per tote. You could use boxes before you you can get totes. Definitely use what you have and figure out a system that works for you. To update you guys on the death pile, I am about 300 listings into my 629 item death pile. So chugging right along, like I feel super, super good about that. I'm halfway through the month and around halfway through the death pile right now. And let's add a little twist here. So I was approved to join Whatnot, and I'm gonna have my very first auction this week. I think I'm gonna have it on Thursday night. So I am Rachel Strickland over on Whatnot. I really need you guys to go give me a follow. So Thursday night is gonna be the first auction. I will post somewhere on like the community page or on the next vlog video, because I'll have another vlog coming out on Wednesday, and I'll post and let you guys know what time the auction's gonna be. That's also gonna be posted over on my Instagram. So if you're not following me on Instagram, you need to be. Follow me at reseller Rachel Strickland over on Instagram. All of these links are always below in the description, so you guys check them out. But yeah, I'm gonna be taking some of this death pile inventory to auction on Whatnot, and I'm a little nervous but excited. It's a new platform, but like I'm usually not scared of anything, so if I needed to walk into a restaurant and try to auction these items off, I probably would. So we're gonna see what happens over at Whatnot. I just need to ensure that I have like a proper setup and everything looks really good. The presentation is everything, I feel like, over on Whatnot. So if you guys want to show some support, if you're not aware, you pay for shipping on the first item over on Whatnot, and every item thereafter is only $1 extra shipping. So you may even be able to pick up some items, like source some things to resell. So it's gonna be Thursday night. That's this Thursday. The details will be coming out in Wednesday's vlog. I hope you guys loved it. At the end of the day, store your items in a way that works for you. Find solutions, invent solutions if you need to, that really, really work for you. Thank you so much for watching this video. God bless you guys. And remember, treat your business like your business.